Welcome to Lille, France. We're here for an entire week, but we've put together a checklist for you to have the perfect European getaway. So let's see what we can get into. Okay, this spot behind us will be important shortly, but we're a little bit hungry, and so there's a really cool spot on our checklist. Yep. At least it's cool to us. We have a personal story.
When we first arrived in Paris, our taxi driver said, "Oh my gosh, welcome to France. You have to try the boulangeries or the bakeries here." And he said, "This one is one of my favorite," and he pointed to a place called Pont. So we didn't at the time realize it was a chain. We were like, "Oh wow, it's a traditional bakery." So of course, now that we are in Lille, we had to come visit this one because this is actually one of the original Paul bakeries.
And we promise we'll take you to some more traditional non-chain places later, but we had to come here.
Right? Just gave us these things for free. I don't know what they are, but they're good.
We ordered two different size coffees, but these are definitely the same size cup. So our assortment today, our spread, I got these little mini donuts, quiche, this was a gift, and just a little yogurt. I didn't take a bite out of my donut.
She got two donuts. I thought she got one for me. Wouldn't you think that and it's in front of me. It's like... I'll go get you another one.
I can't even believe you just said that.
In our wedding vows, you literally said that you would always share.
I said, I vow to share my dessert. Sometimes. Maybe. Well, welcome to the next stop on our checklist, which has some sub-items within it. So you have to visit Old Town. We've said it before, we'll say it again. You always have to visit Old Town in a European city. So we're in Old Town, and then inside of Old Town is the Grand Place, which is this beautiful square that we're in right now. And then there's a few iconic buildings that you must see while you're here too. Before we see some of those iconic buildings though, let's have a small Lille history lesson with Andrew.
So the Grand Place is really the heart of Lille, and you may be wondering how Lille, France really got put on the map, and that's because it's the center of three big capitals: London, Brussels, and Paris. It really grew because it's right along the trade route to all three of those cities. Now, Lille is believed to date all the way back to 600 AD. However, written evidence shows at least 1066 AD because it was an important trade route. So let's wander around and see some of the influence.
Like I said, there's a ton of iconic buildings in the Grand Place Square, this being one of them. This is La Vieille Bourse. I'm so sorry for my French. It is the old stock exchange and was a really important place for the economics of Lille. Now it's got souvenirs and a little market on the inside and is a little bit more modernized, but the architecture is beautiful. I think this entire square, thanks to its proximity probably to Belgium, reminds me so much of Brussels, which is one of my favorite cities for architecture.
Another reason that Lille has such unique architecture is because it was under Spanish rule, Dutch rule, and of course now French rule.
And this is the Théâtre du Nord, which was an old guardhouse, very cool, and still operates as a theater today. So maybe you could catch a show when you're in Lille. You could probably spend just an entire day in Old Town, wandering in and out of the buildings, learning a little more about the history. You definitely could eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there with all of the amazing restaurants in the Old Town Square. But we are going to head out and walk a little further outside of Old Town to find something else that you always have to see in a European town, and a really cool preserved piece of history. And we were headed the wrong direction.
But we still saw some pretty cool things.
I literally don't know how we're gonna pick what to eat for lunch. There's so many restaurants here. Did we just spot you coming out of McDonald's?
I did, but just for the views.
For the McDonald's views?
Yeah, it's actually really good views from the 4th floor up there. I'll show you. B-roll. So we're obviously walking, but if you don't want to walk, they have some really unique tours in those type of cars. Yes, if you are actually interested in those, we'll put the link below the video for you.
We've now officially looped the Grand Place 3 times.
Everything leads back to a Grand Place. I'm sure they designed it like that.
We will make it to our next checklist point. Are we certain that that's not the original Paul? Because
it's a pretty Paul. It's a nice looking one.
It's a pretty Paul.
Yeah. But it's not the original.
But it looks so like Art Deco.
Wow, the French love their horns here.
Love them. Anyways, that Paul looked pretty. Should we eat more Paul?
I think we should go to a little bit more original place.
Can't go to a European town without seeing a cathedral.
There's absolutely beautiful stained glass in here.
These are all the zodiac signs representing our human fulfillment and our time on earth as we find God. I think that's so cool. I've never seen zodiac signs represented in a church before. Such a beautiful connection.
The intricacy that has gone into this, I mean, it's just like incredible. Like when I came to the church, this is what I expected instead of like that marble, which still beautiful, but then coming around the side, I was like, oh my gosh, like just blown away. You can certainly tell over the years like what parts have been added. You can even see just from the outside looking at the color of the stone.
Between Notre Dame and our next destination, this is one of the most popular museums in Lille. It is the Muséum Les Hospices. It was the former hospital, and now it's an art and history museum. Okay, I've been practicing this one. I feel like it's an easy one. Maison, natale, Charles de Gaulle. How did I do, my French-speaking friends? And for my non-French-speaking friends, this is the birthplace of, we would probably say it, Charles de Gaulle, who was a former French president. We'll tell you more about him at his home. They're sold out. So you need a reservation to visit here. It is normally €9. We'll see if we can get in tomorrow.
We went in and asked about tickets. They do have a reservation coming up in about 20 minutes.
I read on a blog that it is kind of hard to secure tickets, so we'll find what we can and put it in the description below. Let's see. Please, I'm looking.
The inside will be like a cookie with a chocolate part.
Oh, I need that.
Are you a sucker for boulangeries? Boulangeries?
Yeah. In Lille, just walk around, find a boulangerie. I should probably chew my food first.
I like that you're hiding your face with the sandwich. Then. Now my mouth is full.
This is a crookie, which is a croissant on the outside and cookie dough on the inside. Wait, the whole cookie. Oh, that's the cookie dough. Yeah.
Just a girl and her cookie in France.
It's like a landline. By the way, we were wrong on the price. It's actually just €6 per person, and the audio guide is included. Even better. What did you think of the museum?
So I really liked it, but it was more on French living rather than on the life of Charles de Gaulle. So if you're wanting to hear more about him, then no, probably not the best place to go. Because he was a very impressive person. He led the French resistance in, I believe, World War II. And then he also was the president of the Republic of France.
So if you go straight down the road that the house of Charles de Gaulle was on, you'll see the dramatic. You'll see the Orthodox, what is it?
St. Paul?
Orthodox St. Paul Church. It wasn't open, so we didn't go in. And then hang a left and you'll come through this beautiful park. There are beautiful park squares like this sprinkled all throughout Lille if you want to plan a little picnic or something like that. And we are headed towards our final destination of day 1.
Which is a little bit of a hint on where we started, but it didn't open until 1. So.
You might recognize this place. So back where we began, the Vieille Bourse, it does open up at 1 p.m. into this little market, so you can explore around some little stalls. All the numbers are on the wall of the 24 houses. Missing. Anything? They're all the way around. See? 1, 2, 3.
What you finding?
Wow. Houses? So that concludes day 1 of our perfect weekend itinerary in Lille.
And tomorrow is going to include a famous patisserie and a place that you may or may not want to go. We're going to figure that out for you tomorrow.
It'll be the fastest tomorrow you've ever experienced.
Bonjour.
Good morning. We are ready for our next destination on our checklist, which requires us to take a very short metro ride, which we might miss. So
We have 1 minute.
let's go.
Oh my gosh, so many questions on this thing. We definitely just missed our train.
The most questions ever.
That was our fault though.
Now I see why someone just jumped the fence.
Yeah, guy just got on top of that and just hopped over. I was like, oh. You have 2 passes?
No,
1 pass?
I ordered 2.
Okay. Well, so her ticket got through. The one she bought me did not, so let's try this again. Ticket, 1 hour. This is the new pass. Let's see if this one works.
Well, that was eventful. We haven't even told you where we're going yet. We clearly missed our first train. Thankfully, it runs like every 9 minutes, so let's get to the next one. This one, and we're going, Charles de Gaulle again. Different though. Just walked out of this metro station and I was like, whoa, whoa, whoa. So beautiful here. Love, want.
Are you not in a good mood?
Always in a good mood. Coffee just amplifies my mood.
Do you want a takeaway?
Yeah. Go this way?
I guess. So Google Maps.
These have been very chaotic directions. Once we get there, we'll give you super buttoned up directions.
You get to witness this in real time.
In real time, making the mistakes for you. Follow us for bad directions and mispronouncing words.
Cheers. This looks like a museum. Have we arrived?
No idea. Like the door. Welcome to La Piscine de Museum. Kicked out of La Musée.
That was fast.
So just so you know, you cannot bring coffee into the museum.
No drinks at all. Chug, chug, chug. We'll just look at the pretty art outside. While we finish our coffee, we'll go ahead and actually share a little bit about La Piscine.
And why we made this trek out here in our Lille video, and if you should too.
So the locals have called it the French Art Deco jewel of France.
Now, it's not hard to find a great museum in France. I feel like you can literally turn the corner and find a museum, and there are plenty in Lille Central, but
this one is very unique.
yeah, and we were told it is one of the best in the area. So if you have the time, if you're here for a weekend, so far it's been worth the change of scenery, and we're really excited to go inside.
And if you didn't, there might be a little bit of a hint on what's inside. La Piscine stands for swimming pool, if you didn't know. So a little foreshadowing there.
We're going swimming.
They did not let us film inside. However, we did take some pictures. The pictures will not do it justice because we looked online. We're like, should we go based on the pictures? But definitely, now that we've been through, I think it's worth going.
That was so surprising. Like, I truly thought we were just gonna walk in and be like, a pool. Like, I really thought that was gonna be it. And I was like, why are people making a big deal of this?
Especially a 1930s pool.
Right.
It's not like a Roman bathhouse or anything, but
Andrew's been dying to go to the Roman bathhouses, by the way.
in Bath.
In Bath, UK. We haven't made it, so maybe coming soon.
That's what I was expecting. But after a little research,
but it was
it's not what to expect.
so beautiful. Just a really, really great art collection. Like, I was actually so surprised at how large the art collection was. Again, thought it was just gonna be like swimming pool, art. But I mean, you could definitely spend hours in there. You could make this in itself a day trip from Lille and spend like a full day. Andrew loves cats, so.
I'm a dog person, but I just thought that this massive statue of a cat was interesting. El Dorado, la gato. Oh, it's a big cat.
Look at that! So clever. What an artsy little town. Looks like Blue's Clues.
And on that note, we're going to head back to the city center of Lille because yesterday we didn't visit one of the most renowned restaurants in the area. So let's go.
Just like that, back into Lille Center. I kind of wish we did that.
Does it look fun?
Yeah, it looks so cute. Et voilà. Meert.
Yeah.
Meert. Last stop on the checklist and arguably the most important. There are so many rooms, I don't know where to go. So they have like an afternoon tea, and then they also have lunch, and then they have weekend brunch.
They also have just dessert.
And just desserts, yeah.
This recipe was made in 1849.
In Lille, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Do you want one or do you want? So this one's vanilla.
Cinnamon biscuit,
Cinnamon.
vanilla caramel pecan, pistachio cherry, lemon citrus, and berries. Belgian specialty, the biscuit you take with the
Merci. So, here's what we got. These are a specialty of northern France, and they're like flat waffles. They kind of look like Stroop waffles. And we got one vanilla, which is what Lille is known for, and then we got one cinnamon, it's speculoos, which is like a Belgium cookie, but it's like a cinnamon flavor. So those are the two we got. Oh wow. Oh wow. That is so good. Oh my gosh. I feel like I can't describe it as a waffle. Oh my gosh.
Now I have to try a bite. That vanilla cream. Wow, very good. Wow. I definitely recommend this. This one has cinnamon in it. Good, not as good as the vanilla.
Okay, so we're just gonna show you everything else we got. I feel like I'll go in a sugar high though. Can't get it out. There we go. I feel like I'll go in a sugar high if I eat all of it though. It's a chocolate eclair. This is a vanilla with a choux pastry. It's falling. And then this is a chocolate cake with chocolate, hazelnut, and I think there's some caramel in there too.
Cannot wait to dig into those. We hope you enjoyed the tour of Lille. Definitely let us know if you've been here or if you're planning on coming, which thing stands out to you the most.
I mean, you can really just spend your entire time in the old town, in the center. All things lead back to the square.
All things do lead back to the square.
But we will link up everything that we did in the description so you can have it, you can save it for when your trip here comes. For now, we are going to enjoy the rest of our time here, find some time to enjoy our dessert.
And we'll see you on the next video.
So good. I could shed a tear.
Just double fisting. Double fisting desserts.
This is the best thing France has done.